Hi guys, I'm some gorilla man from this Marvelite HQ thing. This is my first video on the channel and I'm here to talk to you about Marvel DC copycats. First, I will talk about why they exist, and then I will list 15 characters from competitors Marvel and DC who are very similar. Comic books are an amazing thing filled with millions of characters. There are amazing characters and less amazing characters, but they can be overlooked. But millions nonetheless, and I don't mean just Marvel and DC, there are so many. I would rather stick to movies. But for now, this is the subject at hand. If you see a copy of another character, there could be several things behind it. Let me explain. If you see a character, let's use Superman as an example, and later on you see a new character from either the same company or a different one, most would go ahead and assume that it was copied, and some of the time that is the case, but only sometimes. Let me put it this way, basically nothing is original. Everything was inspired by something else. Ideas won't just appear. There needs to be something it's based on. Maybe it's a movie you watched, and maybe you saw something in a dream, or someone made a comic character. It's safe to assume that comic writers also read comics. If someone has to make a comic to compete against its rivals, it would likely be based off it. A character as popular as Superman, lots of people would compete against that and create a character similar to him, and put a few other inspirations in there. Characters would seem similar because the newer one was based off the previous one. They aren't copies if there's some obvious differences. Just because a character has the ability to run fast doesn't mean that they're copycats. Literally, they could literally be based off an athlete. Because Speed Force and X-Gene are two very different things. What I'm basically saying is that there's lots of things that can lead to a character. If one is similar, it likely isn't a ripoff. Spider-Man was supposedly based off a spider. No other copies. Sure, there are some obvious copycats, but sometimes the character who plagiarized gets their own movie, which comes out very soon. Now, for the second half, where I list several characters who are very goddamn similar, or are based off from other competitors, Marvel and DC, and in no particular order. Deadpool and Deathstroke. Deadpool was supposedly a parody of Deathstroke, depends on who you ask. The two creators of him won't agree. Both assassins with superhuman abilities, the names are even similar. Deadpool, Deathstroke, Wade Wilson, Slade Wilson. Thanos and Darkseid, mad titans who seek power and destroy. Aquaman and Namor, they're both Atlanteans who are the king of Atlantis. Fantastic Four and Justice League. As said in Alex's last video, the Fantastic Four were made to rival Justice League to create a group of powered individuals. X-Men and Doom Patrol, a group of outcasts who were recruited by a guy in a wheelchair. Wasp and Bumblebee, a small stinging insect who can shrink to the size of said insect and blast little yellow energy blasts from their hands. Impurex and Galactus, both are powerful beings who destroy planets, though they have very different motives. Red Hood and the Winter Soldier, both were sidekicks of popular characters who ended up dead, then came back as darker versions. Green Arrow and Hawkeye, both archers who have earned their place on the respective superhero teams. Both have arrows with special features. Vision and Red Tornado, bald robots with powers who marry human women and supervise the younger versions of the big name superhero teams, who were both created in 1968. Swamp Thing and Man Thing. They obviously have identical looks, and their origins have to do with making a secret formula and ending up in a swamp. Bullseye and Deadshot, assassins who simply never miss. Nova Corps, Green Lantern Corps. They're basically Universal Police Force. Black Cat and Catwoman, anti-heroes based off cats who have a love interest with the hero of New York or a New York-like city. Hyperion and Superman, both have flight, speed, strength, heat vision, etc. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Obvious coffee cats. Some obvious coffee cats. Oh my God.
Sure, there are some. Sure.
Sure, there are some obvious coffee cats.
When I do comments, you're supposed to make like a break.
I
And if
keep
it's just, like,
saying
seems
coffee cats.
Then say copycats.
Sure, there were some obvious copycats.
Oh God. Stop.
Okay. Wait, where's sound recorder?
It's just in 5 minutes. Come on.
Oh God.
That's okay. He's probably gonna cut up into 1 minute considering the fact.
Sure, there are some obvious coffee.
Oh my God.
Sure, there are